My own great-grandfather was from Sicily, and he was very poor. He was a seaman who would come to Boston and New Orleans, and he would sell vegetables from a boat, and it was very clear that he was embarrassed by how poor he was and not being able to speak English. I think all of us Americans are descendants of immigrants and people who have come here and gone through that experience. I think every person and every people has challenges as they come to any country as immigrants. Going back when the Jews first came, and the Mormons, and the Chinese, the Irish, and just every different ethnic and religious group has had difficulty being accepted and becoming a part of the fabric of American society. I do feel that it's really important for people who come to the U.S. To maintain their culture. You know, ever since the United States was founded, there has been this debate about who we are as a people, because it was a really interesting experiment that the founding fathers of the nation tried to put together. People from so many different backgrounds. There's a phrase there, e pluribus unum, and what it means is that out of these variety of backgrounds, we are to create one nation, one unified people. And it sounds like a great idea, but how to work it out has always been difficult. So one of the approaches that has been tried historically, one of the attitudes, let's say, of some people is an exclusivist approach. Either stay over there if you're not willing to put aside your differences and forget your culture, or if you're here, you can leave and go somewhere else. This goes back to the beginning of our history, but you see it today very strongly. Another approach is what you might call assimilationist. You come and you're going to become, like everybody else, a melting pot. Personally, I don't like the idea of a melting pot, because it implies that you melt out all the differences and everybody becomes one. But I like a third option, which is called pluralism. Pluralism says that we can be different, whether you're black or brown, or whether you're a man or a woman, or whether you're gay or lesbian, or whether you're a Mormon or a Jew or a Catholic or a Buddhist or a Hindu. It doesn't matter. Everybody, regardless of where you're from or what you believe, has a place at the table. I think there is danger in everybody being the same. People who probably would like to see that happen today, and that there have been attempts in history to accomplish that. Life would not be as prosperous. I think you open the doors to tyranny, to dictatorships, to taking away people's freedoms, and there are just too many examples, and some of them even in this recent century, where people have lost their freedoms, and there have been just horrible abuses. The question about how you as a younger generation, but I'm going to say even the older generation, because I think the ideas are the same, can preserve that uniqueness and diversity. I think it's such an important question, because just talking about diversity and tolerance and pluralism isn't going to make it happen. What it really requires, and it doesn't happen automatically either, but what it requires is that people get out of their comfort zone and not just say, well, I respect people's differences, but go and meet people who are different and do things with them. Because once you engage with a person, you stop seeing them as different, and you start to realize that even though some of the things they do and believe and say are different and maybe really strange and maybe even annoying or maybe even offensive at times, that they are human beings. We share a common humanity. When you stop to take the time to ask a person Why do you believe that? And what does it mean to you? Those things that seemed annoying and strange and weird actually make sense. It takes active engagement. It takes learning about it in school, reading books. It takes joining organizations that are involved. Because pluralism means an engagement with those who are unlike you. Tolerance just sort of means live and let live. That's not a principle that you can build a vibrant democracy on. It has to be getting out there and getting to know people and working side by side and learning to appreciate the differences. Even as you accept that we're going to disagree on some things, that's okay. But we learn to disagree agreeably, respectfully, and civilly. That's just the foundation of vibrant society and democracy.